Hey guys, thank you for watching. For this video, I want to talk a little bit about my struggles with weight. There's an app that I use on my phone called Libra, and I kind of want to use that to show you guys like the timeline of my weight. And then I also don't weigh myself every day, all the time. So I want to share with you guys the strategy that I use to kind of, keep me trying to stay off the scale as much as possible, because it's not, it's not really a good thing to weigh yourself every day. It just causes unnecessary stress. But I do want to share with you guys this app. I want to make a review video later on, but for this one, I'm talking specifically about how my weight has changed over the years, and also how my weight has changed since I started keto. Okay, so let me jump into it. The app that I use to track my weight, again, is called Libra. I've only seen it on Android. I'm not sure if it's available for Apple, but if you know if it is, please go ahead and write a comment below. So this is the app right here. And so I'm going to start out with back in the day when the farthest weight that I can remember taking. So that was when I was 15 years old in school. They weighed me in at 233 pounds. And I remember being shocked because I used to make fun of my stepdad because he was at 200 pounds. And so I was way heavier than him. I'm taller than him, but still. I realized I had a weight problem, so I started playing some football. I dropped some weight. I think I got down to about 200. I joined the Army in August, lost weight in basic training, and then in early 2000, like February 2000, I remember being at 195 pounds when I went to Ranger School. That first phase kicked my butt, and I dropped down to like 171, something like that. Then I got out of the Ranger School, started gaining weight again. And I remember, right before September 11th, I was again 195 pounds because I was the leanest and the most workouts that I've ever did. So that's back when I was running, a mile in 6 minutes, a long time ago. And then when I got out, I think I was 215 pounds when I got out of the Army. A bunch of time happened in between. I found some documents on my computer where I was tracking my weight, and that's where I got these weights right here. So I remember in 2005, I tried to lose weight. I got down to about 208, and I was riding a bike too. I didn't have a car back then, so I was riding a bike everywhere. So I got down to 208, and then started gaining weight again. 2009, that's when I got deployed in 2008, and I reached like 270 something pounds, which is the heaviest I've ever been, which made me feel fat. So then I started working out. I dropped down to about 224. It doesn't show it on here, but I'm pretty sure I was 224. And then I started gaining weight again and stayed flat for a while at about 250 something for a little while. And then I hit 260 in 2012. So again, I started losing weight again. Every time I was using the low fat diet with 5 to 6 meals a day and then working out. And it got me down to about 215. And then I stopped doing that because I was hungry all the time. So I started going back up. And then 2 years later, I did it again. This time, I actually wasn't working out as much. And what I did in 2015 was I taught myself how to cook using an online class. And basically, the rule was I wouldn't eat anything that I didn't cook. And if I didn't cook it, it had to be raw. So like vegetables and fruits. But if I wanted something, like I can eat a burger if I wanted to, but I had to cook it. And so I dropped weight doing that. I wasn't really working out that much, but I was working out some. And so I dropped down to about 225, 223, something like that. And then again, started gaining weight. And in 2016, December is when I hit the max weight that I've ever been at about 283. It was when I recorded it. And I was like, oh man, this is getting out of control. And it's just so frustrating. I keep losing it and getting it back, keep losing it and getting it back. So what I did is I started doing the same thing, low fat, 5 meals a day, exercise. So for the first few months, so January, February, I started doing that. And you can see my goal. I was staying pretty close to my goal. But it was so miserable, like just being hungry all the time, even though I was eating every 2 to 3 hours, and I just hated it. And somewhere in May, mid-May, I started listening to Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It. And I also started using Mealime and set it by accident on low carb. And next thing you know, late March, I discovered the keto diet, and boom, I wasn't hungry anymore. I was eating as much as I wanted to eat, and I was still losing weight. And true, most of it was water until I hit a month, and that's when I kind of started plateauing. And so what I started doing from then, so to not worry about my weight, what I did is I only weighed myself once per week, or whenever I weighed myself, it was below. So let's say I weighed myself on Friday and I was 230, and then next Friday I was 234, then I wouldn't record it. And then I would do it next Friday, and if I was 231, then I record it. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I would only record the weight that was below my last weight, and I would only do it once a week. And so that really helped me mentally. At the time, I was eating as much as I felt like it and wasn't gaining weight. So that was my success. That's when I was like, yes, this is for me. And then eventually I broke through the plateau once I got fat adapted or keto adapted, and I started dropping weight again. I got down to 227, and in July we did a family vacation. I gained 10 pounds back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get back on keto. And to start it out, I'm going to do an 8-day fast. So that's when I did the 8-day fast. You can see that I dropped down to 220. And then only a few days later, I was back up to 227, which is the weight that I reached when I was strict keto. And then I started cheating. And I was still eating keto meals, but in between, I would grab my daughter's leftovers. You know, like if they ate a bag of chips and left it, instead of throwing it away, I just finish it up. And then Halloween came. In fact, I knew Halloween was coming, so you can tell that I was trying to, manage it, but it didn't work out. And then I also did the Thanksgiving, so I reached 252, went to California, lost a little bit of weight, and then a week later, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going back strict keto, no cheating, no sabotage meals, as I called it, and still eating as much as I wanted to, as long as it was keto, and then boom, back to losing weight. So you can see right here, there's a couple of drops of weight. That's probably like water weight, but I'm looking at the red line. And so I was dropping. I finished my 90-day challenge, and I'm currently doing a fast. But look at that. Even I know a fast sounds like it's crazy. I'm not doing the fast for the weight loss. If you just look at when I started my challenge, which is right there, to when I started my fast, which is 3 months later, I was losing weight. And if you look at my videos and my full week of eating videos, you can see that I was eating whenever I was hungry. Only at the very last 2 weeks is when I started intermittent fasting, but it wasn't too bad. So as you can see, I've been struggling with weight for about 22 years, and I know how to lose weight. I just I didn't know how to keep it off. And I think a lot of people have the same problem. And keto is honestly the only way that I've been able to understand why I lose weight and why I gain weight, even though, I think I'm following the rules. Before keto, I've tried so many different diets. I mean, obviously the low fat, 5 meals a day with the cardio was the go-to. But in between that, I would do other fasts. I would do like juice only. I would do 1 meal a day, which is super hard to do when you're not keto. I tried a bunch of things, but all of them had doubts. I always had questions about the diet that weren't being answered. But keto answers every single one of my questions. Like if I go strict low carb, then I lose weight. If I start cheating and getting things here and there, then I start gaining weight. I mean, that's obvious, right? And it explains how the metabolism works. It explains how, you know, hormones work and how they affect your metabolism and your weight management. And so there's so many questions that I had before that weren't being answered until I found keto. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys the struggle that I've had with weight for so long, and how keto kind of fixed that for me. And it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy to get into it. I'm not saying it works 100% of the time. There's some people that just can't be on keto. But what I'm saying is that it worked for me, and I didn't know about it until a year ago, after 20 something years of struggling with weight. So, you know, if you're somebody who's trying to manage your weight, who's trying to find the diet that works for you, then just try it. Give it the 2 months, and if it doesn't work after the 2 months, then find something else. But so far, everybody that's tried it, besides the mental thing about, you know, oh, I have to eat my bread, I have to eat my pasta, I have to eat my rice. Besides that, there's no real reason why keto doesn't work on more people, a lot of people. So that's all I have. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I also have some t-shirt designs. Everything's in the link down below. And thank you. See you guys. Bye.